We'd like to welcome you to SunDogs Present Local Vibes.
Bow wow, babies. Welcome back for another week. We are sitting down with Kosei.
Kosei.
That's
Kosei,
right.
yeah.
I was saying it over and over in my head to remember, and I botched it. I'm so sorry.
It happens a
Kosei.
lot, actually. It's
Thank
all good.
you for taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down and chat.
No, thank you. I appreciate you guys having me on your show.
Absolutely.
You can follow him on Instagram at DBZ. I'm just saying. And how do you spell Saiyan? Was it Sayain, like a Super
Yeah.
Saiyan?
Like
Yeah.
DBZ.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very
And
cool.
Snapchat at RedForeman44.
Yep.
REDDFOREMAN44.
Sounding like my kind of guy.
You can follow SunDogs at SunDogsTC across most social media as well.
Our show is live every Friday from 6 to 7. You can... oh, shoot. I almost forgot. If you're a local artist
Yes.
and you make music, our radio station wants your clean radio-edited music. Send that to station manager at wfnu.org. And if you got that clean hip-hop or R&B music, what do they do?
You send that over to sundogstc at gmail.com. And let me reiterate that radio edited. We want this music that my grandma would be okay with listening to. No, I'm just kidding. Radio edited, please. Same as when you call in. We'll get to that a little bit later.
Exactly. So our show is Fridays at 6 to 7. Fridays are a great day to listen to WFNU. After us, you'll hear that music rotation with all the local artist music in it.
Then at 9 p.m. every Friday, you get the gravy hot with Gall Dagburn.
Every Friday at 10 p.m. is Basic Beats with DJ Dom Terrace.
Every Friday at 11 is Club 120 Plus, The Replay with Sid DeLuca.
Other phenomenal shows on our station include Midday Escape with Philip Gracia. That's live Fridays at noon, with the replays Thursdays at noon.
The Morning Program with Dr. Rick Burnett, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 7 a.m.
Sundays and Wednesdays at 9 p.m. is The Extra Dimension with Ian R. Buck.
Saturdays at 10 a.m. is 651 Sports Update with Mike Rez.
And Talon Frazier Motivational Talks is Thursdays at 3.
Hits and History of the 60s, 70s, 80s with Dr. Rick Burnett live, 8 a.m. on Mondays. Replays Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, midnight.
Evolation with Mr. Zero and Dr. Rick Burnett. That's Wednesdays at noon with the live show, and they got their replays Fridays at 8 a.m.
And make sure to catch Funk to Your Ears Tuesdays at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 7 p.m.
Lastly, we want to shout out the station managers. Phenomenal job. Way to do a great job. They are amazing. WFNU, the Frogtown Tuned In crew.
Staying diligent.
Staying diligent. Inspirational to us to keep pushing as well. So thank you.
And speaking of pushers, there's plenty of other shows here in the Twin Cities highlighting some of the local and regional music, including the Soda Sound radio show, hosted by some of the B&E crew. You can find that by looking up the Soda, S-O-T-A, Soda Sound radio on Facebook.
Another one on Facebook I see is Chopping It Up with Pops. Don't miss that show. There's a lot of local artists that get interviewed by Pops.
The Mini Rapalis podcast, hosted by the Heartbreak Kid, the Millennial Man, Logan Michaels. You can find that on YouTube.
And then live every Friday on Mixcloud is the DJ Buster Baxter show, and that's the homies out of St. Paul, so definitely check that out.
Also on YouTube, you can find The Walrus the Human Show. And he's sitting down with guests every few weeks and having a good time. It's definitely a half performance, half interview. I love it.
Yeah, that's on the B&E music YouTube channel.
Yep.
So,
Like we said earlier, we're sitting down with Kosei. He's being very, very patient. And we have got a few ways you can listen to the program live. We've got maybe 2 more minutes of business, and then we're getting right into the nitty-gritty.
Word.
You can listen live at 94.1 FM. You can go online to wfnu.org and listen online live. or you can download the Live 365 app, search for Frogtown Community Radio or WFNU. Bookmark that as one of your favorite stations, and you can listen to that from anywhere in the world.
If you want to listen to our past shows, we've got all the audio archived at anchor.fm/local vibes, and we've got a majority of the video interviews up on YouTube, our YouTube channel, SunDogs TC.
Like we said, SunDogs Present Local Vibes broadcasts live every Friday at 6, replays Mondays from 3 to 4, and Fridays at 6, that's when you want to call in.
So no matter what Friday it is at 6, if you call 651-313-5125, we will answer it from 6 to 7.
We'll help you with your marital problems.
We will suggest some vacation plans.
We'll suggest a good anime.
Yeah.
Exactly.
651-313-5125. Make sure you follow Kosei at DBZ. I'm just saying. DBZ as in Dragon Ball Z. Saiyan as in Super Saiyan. Follow SunDogs at SunDogs TC.
Is that the business?
Let me just double check that that's the business. Bing, bing, bing.
Make sure we didn't. The show on the 24th, Juice Lord, if you like him. He's got a show at Moxie, our set with the live band and a bunch of other cool
the
cats.
live band. That's going to be killer.
The Creator Space on the 27th, a.k.a. Kobe and his crew.
July 27th or August 27th?
July 27th.
Gotcha. 2021.
Of this year, yes. Any other? What's the show that you're about to perform?
Let's see. Where are we at? Where? Bovie, Minnesota. I'm not even from around here. I'm from
What? Sounds like I'm from Minnesota. Sounds like you just made that up.
Yeah, it does sound like.
the. Yeah, I got Cam Jones' birthday at Part Wolf.
Oh, exciting!
What was it? Friday? It was Saturday last week. It was Poorhouse.
Cool.
Nice.
How was
So
that?
you're doing a little
Afro
tour.
Man.
Yeah.
And then the 23rd, I'm back in the Poorhouse again.
So this is not a little tour. This is a big tour. That's so cool.
I guess, yeah.
Do you? Well, I guess we can jump right in.
Yeah.
That was the events. Now we're into the interview.
Yeah.
So you're from Iowa.
Yeah.
But you're no stranger to the Twin Cities. You
Not at
come
all.
up here.
Yeah.
Come up here to play
It's
shows. and
Kind of
stuff?
crazy. I'm from Burlington, Iowa, to be more specific.
What
But,
county is that?
Des Moines.
So Des Moines County, it
Everybody
says on
would
your
be-
license
it's
plate.
Des Moines is
Des
how
Moines.
a lot of people say it, but it's Des Moines.
And is that, what is the origin of that? Is that French or native?
I
Or?
have no idea. I could not even tell you. I
Means
know.
the money.
Yeah, sure.
Des Moines. Give me Des
Give me
Moines.
the money. Put it in the bag. But I ended up getting a call from my manager's other artist, Bedberry, from one of my old coworkers.
Wow.
They ran into him at a show randomly, and like he asked me to come up here for Cam Jones' show at the Terminal Bar.
Oh, cool.
And I did that. And then basically from there, after getting off stage, I got swamped with like a bunch of opportunities. And I've been up here like every other week, I think, since
That's
then.
so
Like it's kind of been crazy.
Heck yeah, Terminal Bar is a great place to play. They got a great sound crew there.
Yeah.
They really make everything sound good. So I like that. And it's cool you're working with Cam Jones. He's a friend of ours.
Yeah, Cam's pretty cool, man.
He is very cool.
He holds it down in the hip hop community
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely, yeah. Great at seeing somebody's talent and their potential and then putting them on shows maybe for the first time and, you know, having a crowd at the show because he's got veteran artists there as well. And
yeah, I'm excited to do that next show for his birthday.
very cool.
I got to peep the lineup.
Yeah.
It's looking really fun. So.
It's crazy. He always has so many artists there that it's just like
Yeah.
you'll see 5 new artists that you've never heard of before and get to listen to all their music after you leave the show. So it's a great time.
Yeah, that'll be a great show.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to meet everybody.
Moving back,
Yeah.
we're gonna go even further back in time.
Okay.
Exactly. We got to ask you the classic questions
Oh
here.
no. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interview. It's going to be documented for till the end of the internet, I guess.
Gotta be thorough.
So we need your origin story.
My origin
Yeah,
story.
you're into
wow.
the cartoons and stuff like that, so you know all about that, including other rap aliases.
Lord.
So like,
Yeah.
from the beginning, bring us through.
No.
So like, did it start
Jesus.
choir in school? Did it start at some English class
So,
writing?
Yeah, no, you kind of hit it on the head there. Choir in school, and
No
then it was all city choir as a child in elementary, and then orchestra. I played the viola
Very cool.
from like 3rd grade or 4th grade or whatever to I think my freshman year.
Were your parents musical, or how did you
I didn't
get
actually
put
know
into
my
all
parents
those?
growing up. I'm adopted actually, so
Oh,
but
very
my mom was very supportive of letting me do the things that I wanted to try and do. So
nice.
I was fortunate enough that she definitely pushed me more about my creativity with music more than anything.
Yeah.
That's huge.
But, yeah.
And remind me, viola is between violin and cello, or viola is even
it's
smaller,
it's a step up from a violin, so
Okay.
it's just a tad bigger.
a
like
lower
the bass
octave.
Yeah, like a lower octave.
That's cool.
So it's like an alto violin, or
Tenor.
Yeah, something like that, like an alto.
I don't
Cool.
know. That's
Yeah,
a-
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Son, you said that was middle school.
Yeah, like elementary to middle school.
When
And then like I think it was like going into my freshman year maybe or something. Like that last year in middle school I stopped because they found out I couldn't read music.
you were just memorizing how to
Yeah,
play
I
it.
was just memorizing how to play it. and
Interesting.
They caught me.
It,
And
I mean,
I just didn't have, I don't know. I was just too hyperactive deficit,
Yeah.
ADHD
Yep.
out to pay attention and learn it. So
I feel that. No, I can relate for sure.
When did the hip hop, R&B, or like recording
that's
artists start?
that's the interesting part is like I didn't get into hip hop until probably my sophomore year of high school.
Whoa.
Because like last year of middle school, freshman year, I was in a garage band. I don't even remember what it was called. I played rhythm guitar.
dope.
Like I was into like the whole punk scene,
And this is all grown up in Iowa?
yeah, this is all growing up
Oh,
in
man.
Iowa.
Crazy.
It's
It's there, yeah.
like-
if you can remember the name of that, send us a link to the MySpace page.
Yeah, we
I
gotta
don't
see
even
it.
know if there was a page or anything. It was just like me and my friends would meet up and do that.
Rock.
And then let's see. Hip hop probably started with like Little Flip, and then finding like Master P, and then making my way into like the Midnight Marauders album,
Very cool.
and stuff like that with Tribe Called Quest,
Yep.
and then I made my way through everything else. But like taking rap serious would probably be like, I don't know, my first year in college out at the community college, like 2012, 2013.
Okay.
And
They had a recording program there or something?
no, I was just out there doing. It's so loft, really. It was okay. So like, basically, I was kind of around, and I would just sketch or read books or write poetry all the time. I'd just blast through my work because, ADHD, they got you on whatever medications, and I was just hyper focused. So like for the first 3 years before, senioritis, I powered through everything. And then I'd just sit in class and do whatever. And like my creative writing teacher, her name is Miss Mossback, Anita, I think it's Annette, I can't remember.
Miss
Shouts out to her.
Mossback.
Yeah,
Shouts out to Miss Mossback.
Yes.
For real, I owe a lot of my like creative direction to her for like writing, and I started applying myself to that, and then my love of music, and I was just like, I need to figure out something that I can do or try and make money, because it's like for me, it's not like about blowing up or anything. It's just like for a job, I do independent contracting on and off. I'm a certified floorer. I lay tile, VCT, etc.
Nice.
Do stuff like that. I did iron work for 7 months, but like I want to do what I like. So I figured why not apply myself, and that started like back in college. But I was like messing around with like a MIDI board and like this small mixing beats and stuff.
On like
rather than-
FL Studio or GarageBand?
kind of like that. Like what is it? Can't even remember. Serato. Using Serato and like EDM mixing like songs back and forth.
Cool.
And then after getting out, I didn't even finish SEC. I only went for 2 semesters. I didn't have the attention span, couldn't do it. I started bartending after working like 4 jobs and got into a bar venue called The Washington, and I met a bunch of artists locally. I linked up with some local DJs and learned a little bit about that and like the local DJ area around there. And then I did like a music project with a group called Read and Return. Shouts out to Jordan Bennick, Jay Wetterly, and Stephen Coleman.
What was your artist name on that?
Midnight. It was terrible.
Midnight.
Absolutely terrible because it got lit after midnight.
There you go.
I was just...
That's pretty good.
It was stupid.
We're sitting down with Kosei, aka Midnight. If you're just joining us, we're gonna take a break here in about 45 seconds, and we are gonna be coming back with more heavy hitting questions, some surface questions, and we'll get into discussing the 2 tracks that your reps were able to send over. I really look forward to the dissection of the tracks right before we play them, you know what I mean? Follow us at SunDogs TC. Follow Kosei at DBZ. I'm just saying. Spelled like Super Saiyan.
And
what's the Snapchat again?
Red Foreman 44. 2 Ds.
2 Ds.
Yep.
2 Ds on the red. And that should be a Kosei saying.
Yeah.
Kosei.
2 Ds on the red.
2 Ds on the red.
we'll be right back. Welcome back to SunDogs Present.
Local vibes. Bow wow.
We're sitting down with Kosei, formerly Midnight, as we were talking about.
We're running through the timeline
Cringe-worthy.
actually right now.
So cringe.
So after you said that was you left off on a collaborative project.
Yeah, that was an interesting thing. I was with them for I don't know 2-3 years. It's a blur, but like they're still doing their thing. Steven does a lot of EDM track mixing and does a lot of artwork that's really good. He still does work with Jordan, and they're still doing Read and Return projects. You can find them on Bandcamp. And then Jay's doing his own project now, Metal Scream. I don't know.
Cool.
I'm not really hip to the scene. Like I love all genres, don't get me wrong. But Manhattan Blockade, they're doing really well. Actually, they just did... he just did a Juice WRLD cover for Come and Go that took off pretty good. Within 24 hours, Marshmello even commented on it and like liked it. It was pretty cool.
That's huge.
Yeah.
So doing their own thing.
Yeah,
Are they
doing
still
their own
working
thing.
together though?
Yeah, no. I don't know if they're all doing like their thing. I know Jordan and Steven still do work, I'm pretty sure. And Jay's pretty busy with his projects. And then like we all just didn't really have the time, or we all just went separate ways for whatever reason. And
Tough working with more than just yourself.
Yeah.
well, we all had different interests, I guess. you
Yeah,
could say,
yes, yeah.
But I basically after that took hiatus for like 2-3 years for personal facts of I just wanted to try and stabilize my living situation, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
but like not writing or
No,
like,
no writer, no nothing.
oh my gosh.
And then basically it was 2019 maybe 2018, 2019. I came back in as King Kosei,
Okay.
but not before bouncing around to like Michael Ronin, Michael Soul True. But then I found out 2 hours away there was somebody already named Soul True, and I was just like, word. So I settled with Kosei because I'm a huge nerd and I love anime. And at the time I was watching My Hero Academia, and the original translation for like the powers they use was Kosei, which translates to individuality.
Wow.
And I liked that. And I would always get comments growing up like, you're so different. You're your own, like, I don't know. So
It's nice getting older and being able to embrace that.
yeah.
It's like, aha,
So-
little did you guys know that that's what everybody wants to be.
Yeah, so I just kind of ran with it, and then I started a group. I didn't start a group. I joined a group. My friend Jesus Martinez, or Maverick 26. I don't know if he's still doing music or not, but we started a group called 26 ENT. 26. That was fun. Within that 2 years, we picked up a lot of like local like fans. Like the whole summer party knew one of my songs. I did like that was like a tri-state party. Like a bunch of people from like 3 different colleges showed up at one of my friends' houses.
Oh, nice.
Like 400 people, like in the yard and in the house.
Oh my gosh.
And then someone randomly throws on the first track I ever dropped with them, and everybody's singing this thing, and I'm just like,
oh my gosh. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I was like, okay, like this is it. Like this was fun, and that was like my awakening moment, I guess. And then like from there, we got booked to open for one of our friends that was on tour with like Star Daddy, Justin Symbol, some other people. Shouts out to Buddy Danger for getting us on that. And then from there, because we were in Iowa City, that's like college territory, whatever. Just backtrack. Iowa is low key super lit for the single fact that my class alone and then the college class held #1 party state for like 4 years running or something like that.
Oh my gosh.
Graduating class, shouts out to Vodka Sam. I'm never going to let that die.
Oh my gosh.
Drank enough, ran onto the Iowa field. Like, my class actually made Good Morning America because of one of our back to school dances.
Crazy.
I was little lit, but
and that was before
any of the music stuff. Like these are
Gotcha.
just like me
So it wasn't-
going through school.
Iron rapper Kosei holds down the
was-
fort.
Yeah,
That'd be
no,
cool.
I was the quiet. I'm lying. So lying. I was the annoying book nerd. I was everywhere. And so it's just like funny to see how things have changed.
Yeah, awesome to reflect on it. And we thank you so much for sharing it with us.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I assume as your notoriety increases, I think returning to Iowa City on your touring circuits
Yeah,
will
I'm
be
trying to get
close to
back in
home,
there. Here again soon, for sure.
But low key, party city is what
It's a
you're
lot of
saying.
fun. Yeah, no people. I don't know. I've already ran it. I've been in Minnesota and Minneapolis for 4 or 5 days now, and at least twice now out of the 3 days that we've gone out, we've ran into somebody that knows Iowa City. Like I actually ran into somebody out here that was out at the community college out at SEC playing baseball or something, and was partying out there. So that was kind of crazy too. So
That's nuts.
That is
Yeah,
crazy.
you never know.
Even said the same thing. He's like, "There's nothing to do there but party." Like,
Is
like, yeah,
there
'cause
any
there's not-
like hip hop venues down there? Is that kind of the
it's
reason
really
why
sad.
you're
Our
up?
music scene is low key like dying in
Yeesh.
Burlington, at least. Like, it used to be like the scene though. They used to have hip hop shows. They used to have. There's like 2 spots. The Townhouse, and then the Washington, and then I think they used to throw shows here and there. It was like cover bands and rock and metal,
live
and
music, people. That's
I don't
what we're all
know
about.
when it died out, but
And that surprises me. I would assume that similarly to in Minnesota, where it's just there is a need for live music. People are craving it. And it's surprising that it's kind of dwindling.
I don't get it. Like most people drive an hour or more to go see a live show, unless it's local
Yeah.
and the Washington throws an event, or there's like a, I don't know, like a Riverside day, and they book like a band from somewhere.
Interesting. Like
Okay.
a community concert.
Yeah,
Yep,
basically,
yep.
like it's not like it used to be for sure. Like within the last decade, it's gotten pretty quiet, in my opinion. I don't know.
Well, let's change that.
Like,
But yeah, from those days up until now, how many projects have you released under Kosei?
Or has it just been the one?
like projects, yeah, it's just the first album that I've ever dropped, and then otherwise it was just like singles, like
Singles and performing. 'Cause that
singles
sounds
and
fun.
yeah, just singles and performing.
Yeah, it's like, here's my new song that I'm performing.
Yeah,
That's
basically.
cool. Were you working with people, or are you working with people from Iowa to do your like recording?
Yeah, everything that I've done is either done locally or I've worked with a couple people up here, but mainly the people that helped me on the Reborn from Oblivion project. Shouts out to Kenshi, and then shouts out to Brendan Carper. Kenshi does a lot of my first starting out stuff. Like if you get on my YouTube, most of the singles and stuff on there and the features were recorded with him or are his instrumentals.
Nice.
I've known him since high school, and it's funny because he is always telling me that I needed to do music with him
Yeah.
while he was making like 8-bit beats back in when graduating, like trap 8-bit beats. Like,
awesome.
so
That's
it was,
sweet.
He was mainly stuck on like Sega and Street Fighter stuff.
Yeah, that's fun.
So it was interesting, and then like seeing where he's gotten to now. He works with a bunch of locals like A1 Yala and a bunch of, and that's a pretty big group. I couldn't even begin to name off everybody in that. But
That's so cool. It's awesome to hear that it's mostly like
there's
face-to-face handshake
There's like
deals.
like it's hard to say there's a music scene when like it hurts to say it, because like we have so much talent in our town alone versus like, I guess it's more to say like the business owners in the town scared of it or the scenes, because there's a lot of drama that pops off, you know, people get rowdy or whatever, but it's just like, you know, it's sad to see.
It is. It's crazy. It's a fine line to walk because you want people to be having the times of their lives, but you don't want them to like, you know, take one step over that line and, you know, have a terrible night.
Yep.
And is the production of Reborn from Oblivion mainly local as well?
Yeah, that's that would also be Kenshi and Brendan, which I was getting to. Brendan is actually part of like 3-4 projects. He's part of a group called 5 a.m., I believe, and they just did a track with I'm probably saying this wrong, Quellen Quinn, or somebody, and they're actually really good. I don't know what genre they would be.
But they're making moves and they're making
they're
music.
doing their thing.
Sweet.
And he's recently started taking off in the production aspect. I really enjoy going to him. He's definitely got the cleanest sound that I've gone to. And then when I want to do a heavy thrashier vibe, I'll go to Kenshi because it's very, I don't know, Kenshi's sound is very raw, I feel like, in his doing, and he keeps getting better and better every time I go to him. But like when I want a more production like this, a lot of the songs that you'll hear on here, besides maybe 3 of the songs, are by Kenshi. The other ones were done by Carper. But they've got a lot of production in them. Like instead of using like chorus filters, I layered and did like my own vocals for that. Like,
Wow.
Sweet.
so like very John Bellion-esque sound, production wise. He does really good. He does really good work actually, and all that. He plays like the guitar, drums, a bunch of other stuff.
Oh my
keyboard.
gosh.
So
That's
And
awesome.
have you been able to apply your middle school, elementary school
Beat
musical
making.
knowledge at
I
all,
see,
other than just vocal tone?
no,
You know,
I haven't. I mean, I'm looking to record like a cover of "Swim Good" by Frank Ocean. I play that's like the one song I learned to play on the guitar.
You just gotta be throwing down loops on the viola, is what I'm
See,
saying.
and that's the thing is I haven't picked one up in years. So I don't even know if I can even play still, but I would love, and I've been thinking about investing in picking it back up and learning at some point.
Estate sales is apparently the place to pick up musical
Oh
instruments
yeah,
because
trying to plug me real quick.
yeah, I mean, because if the family doesn't play that instrument, they might not realize that it costs like $3,000, so they might
Right.
take like $200 for it.
if not $30.
So it's nice.
It's very nice. So keep you. I think it would be phenomenal too. I'm already thinking "Swim Good" cover, good acoustic guitar
Yeah.
with you on a violin or
That'd be
viola.
pretty dope.
Yeah.
Lay it in there.
Fun fact, actually, back into the viola and viola thing, I used to listen to a group in middle school called Black Violin, and it's like hip hop and then like a duet, and they did like whole like hip hop scores.
Yeah, it's so
it's actually like
interesting.
it's really interesting.
Cool.
That it's
mixed with turntables, I believe too. Like
yeah, live instruments are so cool, and it's funny that it was the band nerds are the ones who know how to play
Yeah,
instruments
yeah.
now. It's like
we're the cool ones now. Like,
yeah, had it
Yeah,
all
people
back.
who can write well,
Write
people
or
who can play
sing,
music
yeah.
and sing. Exactly, drama nerds.
Yeah,
That's huge.
Yeah, it's crazy.
it's funny
crazy.
how life works. Right?
Yeah.
Before we're gonna take another break here in maybe 3.5 minutes. But before that, I want to talk a little bit about kind of the overall tone of Reborn from Oblivion,
Ooh, okay.
because I mean it is eclectic.
Yes.
But going into it, what when did the writing of that start? Did you have some beats from those two
That-
guys, or from?
That was like an accumulation over a few months, but like some of them had been done months before. Like 2 of the tracks were done months before.
Okay,
I think
but not
3
released
of the
as
songs I had
singles.
little bits of lyrics written out here and there, but it was not full pieces. But like the tone for it was definitely the onset of like problems in my life, mainly my relationships. I had gone through like a situation on and off for 4 years, and then basically I ended up using that as motivation, and then the next whatever, because within the last 4 years, basically it's over the last 6 years of the writing this and dealing with, but it was like relationships, losing my best friend, a couple of my friends actually, like within the 2 years, I lost 3 friends in one summer.
That's terrible.
Yeah, so sad boy hour vibes. I don't know,
Yeah.
you listen to when you're smoking or
Driving.
You're just
good
laying
driving
in bed,
music, good music,
driving.
yeah.
But that's the funny thing. My analytics show like I'm always on. I'm like no one's listening to my stuff, and then I'll go to bed and I'll wake up with all these streams. It's like everybody's a late night listener.
Late night.
For the album.
It's the late night vibe.
Late night vibe.
That's the way to do it. Taking a break here in 1 minute and 30 seconds. If you want to give us a call, 651-313-5125. Even if this is in the future, in the replay, and you realize it's Friday from 6 to 7, you pick
true.
up that phone. You call 651-313-5125. And lo and behold, SunDogs will pick it up. Maybe even Kosei will be there. 651-313-5125.
So we got a minute left. I'm still trying to think of this thing.
We're going to go over your Instagram and Snapchat again real quick. That is DBZ. I'm just saying. Like Super Saiyan. That's the Instagram. And Snapchat is Red Foreman 2Ds44. And you're also on Facebook. Is that just at Kosei?
Yeah, it's King Kosei on
King
Facebook,
Kosei is still on Facebook.
and then King Kosei on YouTube.
Okay. That's where some of the older stuff
Yeah,
is on the
some of
YouTube,
older,
right?
Yeah, the older stuff is on the YouTube.
Nice.
Well, we will be
Back in about 20 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Is that so? The new project's out now on like
Yeah,
Spotify?
Came out this year.
Spotify, iTunes. It
Oh my
dropped
gosh.
like 3 weeks ago.
So look that up.
iHeartRadio, Pandora.
Kosei.
Yeah.
During the break, look that up. Like the album.
Reborn from Oblivion.
Put it in a playlist.
SunDogs present.
Local vibes.
Welcome back, puppies.
Welcome back. SunDogs present Local Vibes. We're sitting down with Kosei.
What
We're
up?
talking about his new project, Reborn from Oblivion, which is available everywhere.
Everywhere.
On all platforms.
Yes.
Kosei. And I was just asking him during the break if like the reasoning behind, because you said you were doing singles. We've talked to a handful of artists who are like, singles is the way to go. People don't have the attention span, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, there's something about making...
That's questionable, though. Like,
Yes.
Because, like, what are some of the most successful albums, but the ones that are, like, conceptualized? Like, you know, Kid Cudi's Man on the Moon.
Takes you on the journey. Exactly.
Yeah, you know, Kendrick Lamar did a really good job with most of his albums. And they're all subject matter to like relatable in some way or about the same subject matter. It's kind of it's a story. People want the story, you know.
Yeah,
Like-
well, I mean, yeah, that's true. People don't have the attention span for one bad song in an album.
yeah,
I'll tell you that.
yeah.
But if you put out something perfect,
It's consistent.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's a big challenge. Is that part of the reason why you wanted to make
kind of, yeah. I mean, really, I just realized like I kept making a lot of the same vibe and area, and I wanted to take like a more serious step in my music. And I was just like, you know, like why not deal with my real life problems and issues and traumas, let's just say it, then throw myself into a project where I have to be honest with myself and about things that were happening, I guess.
Heck
You
yeah.
know?
And that must have been extremely emotionally, artistically
Finishing it, yeah, I'm not
beneficial.
even gonna lie.
Yeah.
I almost wanted to cry finishing it low key. I was like this is done. Like
Yeah, the closure of just all
like,
those thoughts.
I was like, it was just like I felt lighter after getting done with it. Honestly, I was just like, okay, I dealt with a lot of emotions with this in a healthy manner. So, I mean,
Therapeutic.
yeah. So where do I go now? And I'm just like, I'm ready. Why not start my next project? Because like everything's taking off or whatever kind
Yeah.
of. And
How much can
Making
you
new
talk about
connections.
I mean,
the upcoming project? Your
Upcoming
your
projects-
manager is saying, "Hey, be careful, toe the line." But
upcoming projects, expect more work. I'm gonna probably do a little more solo work because I do a lot of features, but I want to try and do a little more solo work. But I'm excited to start working with my new co-artist or whatever you would call that. My manager,
Collaborator.
yeah, my manager manages him as well. He's from here locally. Gami, young Gami. Shouts out to him. He pulled me in when I was up here last to his set at the Caboose. And he just recently left his label, his old label, I think called Murder Music or something like that. I think they're out of here too. But
That's awesome.
I'm excited to work with him because he's got like this, he's got like the old school hip hop vibe down,
nice.
but then could switch it up to like the grimy Suicide Boys flow. Like, and I'm just like, I want that.
I was gonna say
I wanna
that
work
to be
with-
a
I wanna work with that.
a versatile producer. Yeah.
And he does his own productions too. So shouts out to him for that. I'm excited I'm gonna do an album with him, and then I'm gonna start my second album as well. But
That's so exciting.
that's with that, and then we're planning some hopefully like small tours here and there in a couple other states.
What?
So-
Yeah. Any? What's the furthest out you're thinking?
Yeah, what's your dream?
No date
dream
set in stone
stage?
yet. But
There was talk of Florida or Jersey.
Oh, nice. Yeah, do that in the wintertime. Get out of the
Yeah,
cold.
yeah,
Oh, that'd
for
be so
sure.
sweet. Man, that's awesome. That's great to hear.
I would like to follow up on what would be your dream venue
The
in the
dream
whole world.
I see. I don't even know like venues like that.
No, I feel you.
And it's sad to say, but like I don't know.
Madison
like,
Square Garden or like
to be honest, I just want
First
to pop out
Ave.
overseas somewhere. Like,
Yeah,
Oh.
I want to hit like the UK or like Japan or something. Hiking.
Summer is festival. It's 3 months of festivals in
Yeah.
Europe. June, July, August. So I think if you could get on a festival circuit out there, that'd be the move.
so fun.
But like even the reason behind that though, you know, is the net worth that it'll bring you. Like if you can get one show overseas and you can get the popularity going, and you can basically lay the way from there. So
Yeah, it's very
so,
cool.
man, I just wanna make an income. I don't want to do nothing but sit around and make my music. Okay.
Yeah, I know that's. I think the goal to be able to focus on the artistry. You know what I'm saying? Versus
It's hard to
worry.
work. It's hard to find the time to work a job and then make an album or get new material done by like, oh hey, by the way, I just booked you for 4 shows. You got 3 weeks to do this, and it's like, okay, well, I gotta make all this money for the B&B, my travel, food. I know I'm gonna want to go buy things. And then it's like, when am I gonna have time to go sit in the studio unless I'm gonna stay up all night?
Exactly.
And it's hard to do when you work
40 hours a week, 30 hours a week.
whatever,
yeah.
you know.
That's I mean that's more
And
respect
then
to you, and that
before
I think
met my manager, I also did like all my booking and stuff myself. I still run all my medias by myself, but it's like, you know, it's a lot to do. And people don't like realize that, like, as I would take it, you guys are slightly independent in your own business, so you guys know how much work it is to do your own promoting and all that.
oh yeah,
You spend 4+ hours alone doing it
for free.
for
Yeah.
free.
It's
So-
rough, but it's like I'm putting in hard work when I'm doing
Precisely,
this. So it's like I'm
precisely.
gonna have to pay
But
somebody.
it's worth it.
It is worth it
It's
just to
definitely.
have your fingers in it.
And I think a lot of those themes come up and through the lyrics of this most recent project, and I would assume of your projects to come. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And yeah, I think, asking you about advice to any upcoming artists that are listening, or advice that you wish you'd given yourself 3 years ago, or you would have known, been given, excuse me.
Oh man.
Or maybe stuff even on like performing out of town, because you're probably one of the few artists we'll have on who's not from Minnesota. And is it a different feeling when you go completely
It's a
somewhere
lot
else?
better being out of town. I'm just gonna say that.
Is there more pressure on yourself to like do a good job because you drove so far?
Or
No,
less because there's no preconceived
it's-
notion of
yeah,
who
it's
you
like,
are.
No, none of these people know who I am, and it's an opportunity not to be looked at, because it's hard to build an image for yourself because everybody has known you your whole life.
Precisely.
Especially where I'm from, it's I really can't go anywhere. And my dad will even say it sometimes. He'll be like, he's like, really? Someone will be like, hi, Micah. Hi, what's up? And it's like, oh, well, what's up? And it's like, everybody, it's just a small town. Like,
Crazy.
but my manager was there, and he's like, well, I thought it was like a strip. And, but it's like, on a bike ride, I can ride around the main parts of my town in about 4 hours. It's a 4-hour bike ride to make it around a decent chunk of the town.
Okay.
That's
Dang.
So
Nice.
that's a decent way to describe it. Like, I don't know.
Like
So-
Eau Claire if you're from Wisconsin.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, to perform out of town, you leave all of that smaller town
you leave all
notion
that smaller
behind.
stuff behind, and you come here, and it's like, okay, I can present myself as like who I feel I am and how I want to market myself. Like, I don't have the restraints or the shadow of like whatever I've done or what people
Yeah.
know I've done in the past or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, the
To live in that moment on the
yeah,
stage.
it's everything is new.
Yeah.
Everything is it really brings the whole being in control of something in your life rather than being out of control. It's like, I'm in control when I have this mic. I'm presenting myself in a way that, one, makes me feel empowered, but two, I'm trying to market myself. You know, and it's fun. Like that's my advice. if you're going to jump into this and you're in it for money, be ready to do the work. For those that are in it that have the love for it, and like I love doing it, run with it. Like you gotta love what you do. And I find myself falling in love with the business aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like the meeting people, outreach. There's an even bigger one. Do your set and stay.
Network.
Don't dip off.
Exactly.
Don't dip off. You're cutting 100% of your growth by leaving the venue or any show that you do a show at. Like it might be, oh, we're gonna go party, but guess what? You just missed out on an opportunity to go perform 7 hours away somewhere.
Yeah.
Or the one thing that's gonna get your foot in the door to open up for some big artist. Like network. It's like that's it. Location.
Yeah, while you're sculpting your artist persona, make sure part of his persona is shaking hands.
Business-oriented.
Yeah, exactly.
Be business. Get to know your craft in all aspects.
That's huge.
true.
Those are
Like, I don't know.
those are words of wisdom from Kosei, and I think in the universe where the alternate universe where young Kosei or even Midnight might be listening to this very interview,
Exactly.
he's gonna be, whoa, this is crazy.
Some midnight gospel universe.
Oh my gosh, that show's wild.
Great. It's
Is
fantastic.
that what's the
Comedian. I
yeah?
can't
What's the
remember.
comedian?
Oh, I couldn't tell you, man.
Some
I just watched it. I was like, this
Duncan
is great.
Trussell.
Duncan
This,
Trussell.
this is
Trussell.
fantastic.
He has a show, Duncan Trussell's Family Hour.
Oh,
It's a
yeah?
podcast, I believe, talking about very existential things as well. If not, those could be audio clips pulled from
From
that
that show.
podcast.
Oh.
That's very possible.
We're about to play 2 tracks that your rep sent over. This is both the 6th track and the 2nd track.
Which order do you want to play 'em?
Yeah, off of Reborn from Oblivion.
Yeah.
Which order which one do you want to play first?
You can play the second one first.
Play
and then,
Reasons
yeah.
first.
Do you want
So
to
go ahead
tell us a little something about Reasons?
So Reasons was like a mashup of me dealing with wondering why I wasn't enough in a situation where I kept running back and trying to hold things down when they were already falling apart. Like it wasn't really anybody's fault. We went through a loss that tore us apart at the time, and we just kind of turned toxic. And it made me wonder. And then another part of it was just like the closure aspect of it. Finally, like writing it down, but then like recording it,
Getting it all the way
getting it
out.
all out, and then it was like, okay, yeah, hey, I feel better. So
That's nice.
Come on.
And then how about For Me? Say a little something about that.
for me is about
Got about 30 seconds.
it's about a girl, my best friend at the time, still my best friend, but do just about anything.
Very cool.
Yeah, for
Well,
Nice.
thank you so much for sitting down with us. Kosei, follow him at DBZ, I'm just saying.
On
and
Instagram.
Red Foreman on Instagram and Red Foreman 44 on Snapchat.
With 2 Ds.
Follow us at SunDogs TC. You've been listening to SunDogs Present.
Vocal vibes.
We'll catch you next week.
This is about to be, what's the name of the first track?
Reasons,
Reasons
and
and
For
For
Me
Me.
by Kosei.
We out.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been thinking about the times. Got me really trying to ask her, what you mean this ain't the time? I've been steady trying to figure out reasons just to say goodbye. But it's you in the morning, every time I close my eyes.
Running back and forth, yeah, we call the workout suicide. You my life, burning heart, don't work when we collide. Open eyes, open mind, damn you had me so shook. Remember the days when your mind was like an open book. Let's go, can we see the places that we used to be? You and me so close, aiming for infinity. Bittersweet the smile of a woman who's lost touch to love, cause she can't seem to learn to just trust, yeah.
Made it out the mud, you know that I'm with it.
said I'm your love, then why you ain't up with it? You know that we both did wrong, so why you running from it? No signs of coming down, yeah, we steady sinking.
It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been thinking about the times. Got me really tryna ask her, what you mean this ain't the time? I've been steady tryna figure out reasons just to say goodbye. But it's you in the morning, every time I close my eyes.
She might ride for me, die for me, and she roll my way. Yeah, she might grip a stainless, yeah. Yeah, she bring it if I'm by myself alone, and I go and give her a call. Bet she on her way, she won't hesitate to ever answer the call. Yeah, she might ride for me, die for me, and she roll my way. Yeah, she might grip a stainless, yeah. Yeah, she bring it if I'm by myself alone, and I go and give her a call. Bet she on her way, she won't hesitate to ever answer the call, yeah. No, she played the game better than most. Bad as hell, and she leave them all ghosts. But for me, she a fiend, not an angel on the scene. Give me all that love and everything I need. Been a long time coming, wondering where you been. Done giving up on hope and relationships. Then she came in shining like a Valkyrie. She about to go and tear up the whole damn scene. She turning their heads, the room, the vibe. A devil by choice who operates smooth. Calls to my demons and my angels too. Wrapped in her love, it's a cocoon. Reborn some gods, the sun and the moon. Live by the night and die in the day. World keeps on spinning, so fight all the pain. These physical bodies are what we call chains. She might ride for me, die for me, and she roll my way. Yeah, she might grip a stainless, yeah. Yeah, she bring it if I'm by myself alone, and I go and give her a call. Bet she on her way, she won't hesitate to ever answer the call. Yeah, she might ride for me, die for me, and she roll my way. Yeah, she might grip a stainless, yeah. Yeah, she bring it if I'm by myself alone, and I go and give her a call. Bet she on her way, she won't hesitate to ever answer the call. Yeah, we been running now, coming round. We gon' sun up to sundown, we gonna take over this downtown. Yeah, we just been wildin', we just been riding, we gon' make it out. Windows be down, smoke rolling out, there ain't no coming down. She in their heads, the room, the vibe, a devil by choice who operates smooth. Calls to my demons and my angels too. Wrapped in her love, it's a fucking cocoon. Reborn some gods, the sun and the moon. Live by the night and die in the day.
This has been another fantastic episode of SunDogs Present Local Vibes, your weekly broadcast podcast bringing the most Minnesota rap and R&B and the best interviews to the airwaves.
Catch new episodes live every Friday from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Central. Listen on 94.1 FM WFNU in the Twin Cities, on WFNU.org/live, the WFNU 94.1 app, and stream live video on our YouTube channel, SunDogs TC.
Replays of SunDogs Present Local Vibes are Mondays from 3 to 4 p.m. on 94.1 FM WFNU, Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on 98.9 KRSM in the Twin Cities and on the KRSM radio app.
Your favorite interviews, local music, and exclusive content can all be found anytime on Spotify, SunDogs Present Local Vibes, on YouTube, SunDogs TC, and on anchor.fm/local vibes.
Keep listening local, have a great weekend, and until next time,
Bow wow!